Tenace 22 with a gifted. Tump Zoo, welcome in. Thank you for that, mate. Tenace 22, thank you for doing your first gifted. Appreciate it, bro. We go straight into this C hit. Omen Flash is incredible. Literally hits 3. But nothing to follow this up. Oh, that. Oh, that's. Wow, that's some good util right now.
On the back of it, but Vitality are winning every single duel. Twiston's got 3, and that'll get the plant for Vitality.
It looked like a risky play, but
QK, I got it.
It's one that's worked for them. They got to make sure they don't lose their cool though. 2 players low on
2 players and 29 and 14.
Shredding anyone that faces in
Whoa.
the dash forward. Whoa.
Hey, nice pistol. All the util was really good here. Omen Flash was good. And then I really liked the Dizzy that went out the top as well. But then the reactive Omen Flash was like really, really strong. It hit 2 of them here. And then Twiston potentially won some aim duels. I don't know if it had some util behind it and it was still Omen Flash. But
The utility here was insane though. That's the thing, the risk to push forward
damn,
actually help them out.
Double aim duel like that.
Control just off all of the flashes, the aftershock, basically just pushing them around. But FUT just unable to win any of those duels. A big round for them, but you can see just
no, another C hit and they've stacked it. How heavy do they commit?
Look at the stack. They're all here.
I mean, we're getting back into the game and seeing
pretty heavy.
Waiting. This could be dangerous. The shorty though fired off. Nothing to be found on the back of it. Still, they need to thin out these numbers. FUT just have too many players here to punish with.
Oh my gosh.
Rifle picked up by Kiwi. 1 HP as he
You're 1 HP. Got another kill.
Still find a kill. There's the shorty for Mr. Fallen. It's looking doable.
Mate, I can't believe Mr. Fallen is the. I cannot believe that he was the first person here and he is the last to die. That is mental.
Of his life, Shirley. Shirley,
oh my god, he nearly won it.
It became close, a little closer in the end than I expected. But Vitality walk out with a 2-0. Not going to be happy about all those weapons.
That's so crazy. I tell you what, his POV for like the last 20 seconds must have been mental. He was here, he went into the smoke, shot the shorty, and then he's like looping around the C site.
That's the thing, we talked about the attack side of Vitality on the previous.
In terms of I mean, yeah, it was unbelievable. It just means that they actually don't bonus anymore.
Just to make the read, especially on a map like Haven, where well, you got
they bought
3
heavy
spots to gamble rather than 2. If they continue to get it spot on like that, things are going to be incredibly
difficult. They bought really
difficult.
heavy. It was
you
nice.
Actually, look at the investment here. They're still going to have 4 rifles. Sender basically with no finances left for the next round.
Oh, we've seen the 3rd site of CB hit quite a bit this time.
Damn, this is fast at the moment. They're really forcing into sites.
Utility keeps his teammates back, and when they eventually make their way forward, Bone Cold a little too early on that
yeah,
one.
Bone Cold just got caught. Bone Cold got caught by the util. Okay, surely we stopped the madness here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If that had been a round where they've got, okay, we now can't afford to invest, and they didn't go in with any weapons.
Full buy comes in, Sender has his ult.
You sit there and go, okay, that's something to talk about, but fact is they had 4 rifles.
Yeah, in the end, getting it across the line, and I mean impressively as well. Just a firing squad waiting for them when they make their way back in.
They gotta slow this down at one point though.
And I mean now we gotta look at this round where the investments are coming.
I mean they're kind of calling this one right. If they hit over towards A fast, we can see only 1 person here. FUT were really heavy, prepared for a C. They thought it was gonna be a fast C with how those rounds are gone. A main control, and then we cut sound. Okay, back to normality again. We take this control right here. Question mark, and then we cut sound. They could be going back, they could be taking some map control. Smoke over towards garage. Looking like they want to take some garage control.
A lot of these angles at the start of the round, but they eventually look to move towards this spot here in garage. They're going to be spotting their alarm bot on the way through and clearing it out. All the players falling back from it.
No, they didn't go in and break this?
It won't necessarily matter. Vitality haven't made their mind up on where they're going till now. And I think they're starting to get the idea that the A site is where they want to hit.
Okay, so they didn't break this, which means that we can 3-person stack this.
Little double pick. There's a chance that both go down immediately. The dart, a little bit of a distraction, but they don't budge at all. Trades though not bad.
Okay, big duel coming up here.
Still defending this site.
Can
oh man,
a little bit unlucky with that.
Taken out as well. A good push in towards this A site and after plant guaranteed.
30 seconds left.
Spike down on the floor
all
now.
kind of came down to Atta having to get that one.
No paranoia to work with. Very little utility.
Made Vitality just
come down to aim duels 1 and double stack
just
up in the
playing
corner.
pretty. I mean, this one was methodical to an extent. They just didn't get the alarm bot right. Right, now we get into this. This is the one that we all have to pay attention to. This is the big swing round. No one can buy after this one. We have Fish ult, we've got Killjoy ult.
I think just off the initial contact, there wasn't really any sort of response out. I don't know if he used... Oh, okay, there was. It was just incredibly late.
A little late, yeah.
And then by that point, he's already being pressured on the site, teammates dead. So I feel like the contact play definitely had massive risks about it from Vitality, but it's that strength we talk about on Split. When they can sort of stack up, go together, they're very good at trading.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fast C.
We'll look to see how round
So we're
5
ready for
pans
this at
out.
one
Kiwi
point.
right away, looking to make this one a heated round. Bladestorm burned up though, and not too much after the first kill. He's going to be caught backside. Oh,
Yeah, there was so much
unfortunate for
util here.
Mr. Fallen.
And they
Caught
don't
in the
get the
middle of
extra
the
trade
shroud
on
and
it. This is
stepping.
nice from
They won't
Vitality.
too shrouded this time. Locked down in play. That's an attacker
If you get a
ult
chance, look
that's
over to the
coming
left
in.
and check
It's
the
a
money. It's
full
not here
out.
for 3 of
They've
them.
gotta push forward and destroy this, or fall back and turn tail. Looks like they've gone for the latter after it's destroyed. Add a captain in a 1v3. Low
Might be
HP
able to
on
spam this guy
Halsey.
backside.
Destrian tagged up a bit. Oh, and an opportunity there to
Whoa.
make it so winnable.
Okay,
Just 13
very,
HP
very nice
left
from
on
Vitality.
Sender.
I wonder if
But
FUT are going to call a timeout here.
Actually tagged
This
up,
was
so
the round that they
managed
were
to get that
expecting
kill. It
last
could have been
round.
an incredibly different round, but in the end,
It just happened one
it is
after
gonna
when
be
they
that
fought because they
4-1
stacked
score.
3
Like,
people
these
the round
rounds are
before.
definitely
This
not
time they only had
clean
2.
from the side of Vitality, but they are managing to clutch things out, and that's going to be the interesting thing now for FUT, is how are they going to adapt to this? One of the questions I want to ask, are they going to start playing a little bit more retake? Because in a lot of these more direct rounds coming out from Vitality, it just gives them such an inherent advantage if they're able to trade into the afterplants, whereas if you see more of a gamble on one side of the map from FUT, it could be a little bit different.
Well, the 6th round, a similar approach from Vitality, leaving Sander to watch the extremities. Turret on mid, himself on C. But it is the pressure on A site, certainly a favorite of this Vitality side so far, and you can understand why. Heavy rotations have come in from FUT. Now, they're hearing a lot of noise, it makes sense, and they've got very weak weapons.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where you tend to over-rotate a bit, but it's because you just need those numbers on the site. The fake that Vitality have sold
This is a nice
would be red,
gamble.
though. There were
They can
4
get 4
players
people
on
here
A
in
just
time.
moments ago,
Oh,
and
this
now they
is
walk into
pretty
C
good.
site.
A
Utility
little bit unlucky with the
beating
timing on
them there. You're not
that.
gonna get that first nano off. Unfortunate timing.
Bro, where's the
But
dart
look who's
shooters at?
waiting. Kiwi
Got 4
blinded,
people
but he's
here.
got
Where's the
time,
dart
space
shooters?
bought by his teammates. Flashes again going through. No one to capitalize on the space. Hunter's Fury fired out. Here come the players swinging, and they've caught them all. Vitality doing well to take control.
The Destrian ult here was massive.
Mr. Farland's flank.
I wanted FUT to be a little bit more decisive, to be honest here. This smoke, they could definitely come out of it. No one wanted to...
One of the players to be quite
No one really helped their team enough here.
controlled in his actions. The only reason they want to
It's
push
just
this
mad
wave
fights, mate. It's just 3 people on site and there's 5
they
people
don't know where this
attacking them.
player is.
It's
Well, there you
wild.
go. Now have all the information possible, Mr. Fallen. I would be very surprised if he gets anything from this point onwards. Well,
Okay, very nicely handled from them. Definitely going to start seeing a...
I just like the adaptations there from Vitality.
Definitely going to
I think
start
having
seeing
that
a timeout
realization,
here.
okay, there are a
Feels
lot
like
of
they need to
players on
change
this side
something
who
up. I
use a
love the
single
ult from
ultimate,
Destrian. I thought it was
just
really,
not
really
even
good.
to
There were
necessarily
3
get the
people in
kills,
this line where he was
just to
ulting,
make
so they had
things
to try and
more
force out the
open,
swing,
into
and
more open
Vitality
battles
was
where
so
our
ready for the
rifles
swing.
are gonna mow them down from an initial opening
Still
kill
no
for FUT.
timeout. Okay, we get the op out though, so maybe this is like more just belief. Again, a lot of the times the coach can hear the comms of all of your team, right? So if you wanted to call a timeout, or like maybe for our views, we're like, damn, they should call a timeout. But actually, if like the team's talking, and they're like, damn, let's get an op over towards C, and that's something similar to what you thought, or it is potentially just a good solution to what you think's going wrong, then yeah, sometimes you don't want to waste your timeout. If they're kind of just calling what you want to hear. What do you think the change-up should be?
Early, clearing a lot of this control and just making sure that if FUT are defending A, if they are stacking this site, they're stacking the site, not around it.
That's the thing. I think they've doubled up so many times towards this short position. You see a double shock dart.
I like this. They shot the drone really early before it got through the choke point, and normally a lot of teams when they don't have someone close don't do that enough. So the fact they shoot this early, they really think that there's someone close. So I'm a big fan of teams that do that. A lot of the time when they know that when the thing's gonna...
Oh, the stun, it's not gonna land.
Damn.
Oh, and on the other side of the map, Ada Captain's fallen. Yeah. They're pushed out of this site completely, and unless Krax is gonna pop a flash and dive out, that's exactly what he's doing. He's on this site. Good for one, but Mr. Fallen makes use of the distraction of the chaos to find a few more, but not enough. An
Kiwi
operator
with
in a
the
1
op.
versus 2 retake. I don't know if you even go for this. So many angles to clear on the way through, and you imagine the trade will be quick from your opponents.
Yeah, you're basically reliant on a mistake. Like that's all you can hope for.
Yeah, it's got to
if
be
you're
saving
Kiwi,
that one.
Someone's going to overface.
It's
Someone's going to
another
try and take this weapon out of your hands. And
it's another
look,
rough
I'll
start
be honest,
for FUT.
maybe if Twiston was alive, I'd believe that was possible. He's the only one who I think would take that risk. Sender and Destrian, absolutely no chance. They don't even give him the time of day. And I think now FUT are becoming too readable. Like that double up, we saw it literally a couple of rounds ago where they were stacked up like this, and you are seeing Vitality go, okay, we're going to double shot dart this angle, we're going to send the dart into this angle. And a captain sat there like, we've baited them out. There's no way they expect insta dies the second they go around the corner. That is just such an inherent risk. I want to see some set plays, especially when you have this
Take 3 more rounds anyway. They only need 4, you reckon?
Give Kiwi some space. Instead,
they definitely need this time on, not that
okay,
much.
let's hold an off angle and try and get a double kill.
It does feel like that's the moment where they've lost the round, right?
They stunned him out.
The killjoy play doesn't work out. Maj can't find the kill. Sander's coming behind you, and well, that's exactly what happens.
I also,
right?
I want to say as well, you note how in the retake, where that was already, what, a 3v5? They actually do incredibly well playing off of that utility. I want to see this team put
Yeah,
some
I wonder
effort
if they're
into
just
playing
going to
the
be
retake.
changing up some of
Either,
their
like, gamble a
reactions
little
to
bit
stuff.
more, play to
They're
one
getting
side of the map,
overwhelmed
sort of
over
like they
towards
did in this
sites a
round.
lot, so like
But
an
then
easy
also
reaction
work
they
on
could
those
definitely
retakes.
try
I
is
think
once they
that's where
lose
the
like A
Gecko
main
actually has
control.
its
I think it's going to be A
strengths,
instead of
is
just
having
stacking the
those
sites.
flash
They can just
combinations
stop pushing map
available with
control,
the
maybe
breach.
down
Once
towards
the
C
breach
long,
is
maybe down
dead and
towards
you're running
middle.
into the site just
Middle
trying
is
to
one
use
that
Gecko
works for
util,
both, right? You
okay,
lose
it
C
can
main
get you
control, you can push
some
down
way
middle.
back into the round, but you
You lose
can't
A
just
control, you
hope
can push
that,
down
okay, Mr.
middle.
Farland's
So
gonna get a triple kill or a quad
potentially
kill,
we're going to
because
see
that's what
that.
they
It's
needed to
also
win
an
that
eco
round.
for them,
Yeah, no,
so
absolutely. Like I say, you
I
win
don't
that
think we're
fight
going
on
to see
mid,
what
it's
the
a
real
different
plan
ballgame.
is
Instead
until
of
the
that,
next round.
Mr. Fallen has a friendly killjoy coming through the smoke to help him double down on the site. So unfortunately, that trade not exactly how they wanted it, and I think a lot of it could come down to that stun that came through. If it was an inch to the left, different game again. Right? There's a lot of opportunities there for FUT to end up ahead.
So yeah, we'll look and see
An inch
if
is
they
a
have
lot.
better reactions once they're losing map control.
6-1.
And we're also going to see if Vitality
going
can do anything different. This is the first time they're kind of taking some mid control. It's just been a lot of side hits at the moment. That is very lucky, 1 HP on that.
1 HP. Incredibly lucky to be alive.
It's a nice smoke. Good reaction to go fast garage. Mr. Fallon's here. Does have a one-way.
Close position here. Like this is an operator.
It's a nice
with
molly as well
just
to break that.
Basically fodder on the rest of the players. So it's down to Kiwi playing that rotational op already though. After spotting him on one side of the map, they've managed to avoid him almost completely. Now you do have the opportunity here for Ada Captain to delay. Already utilized his stun. Rolling Thunder available. I'd be surprised if he uses it.
Yeah, I like this. They're moving the op around. Might be able to get this kill. Is he going to face along? What's the timing like on it as well? Remember, they have breach ult if they want to exec with it. Oh god, he has no dash to get out of there. Everyone's here fighting. Breach ult's incredible. Hit all 4.
Mr. Fallen shouldn't be able to get up to too much.
No way, he gets 2.
Double with a stinger, but the advantage falls back into the hands of Vitality. Kiwi has them on lockdown from heaven, but he's moving out of position. Good call. Smoke was on its way up to block him off. Now he's down below, watching the site, trying to catch one of these players out in a 1v1.
It's really good from Sender. Good reposition.
Not checked it at all. Sender good for 4 in this round.
Did you see how early he pre-fired?
Yeah, he was pre-firing real early on that one.
I almost feel like at that moment Kiwi could have just stopped and gone, go on.
Yeah. You want to waste your full mag? Go ahead.
He saved them that round, though. He truly saved them that round. Okay, his teammate goes down because he's sort of stuck in the corner, but it's that triple kill that just manages to turn the round on its head. And again, these rounds have been very close, but every single time, you just see
even when they have
someone
numbers,
step up over on that Vitality side, and most of the
even
time
when
it's
they
been
have
Sender.
numbers, like I said, they're just getting overwhelmed. It feels like their reactions need to be different.
What a half from him so far?
And it was the same to start out.
Straight up C hit. Oh boy. Shock dart close in case there's any util here. Massive kills. Mate, they haven't been able to stop the C hit. Looks too strong. Okay, is everyone going to flood out with you this time? There we go. We're actually flooding. We got 2 here.
Cracks backing up the operator, a Kiwi, out of captains here, spraying through the walls.
He thought they were going to double wrap the site. That's why it looked a little bit wild. Okay, nicely done from FUT. They managed to hold on to the site.
I think he picked that up off a corpse and just went, oh look, I've got a primary weapon. Oh no, it's this one.
Not quite the gun he was looking for. I think, again, you start to see the value
The
of
swing with the
when
op, yeah, no, he really thought they were going to go
is in the right
together
place at
around
the
this
right
way.
time. The solid flash out.
Had to take a bit of a risk.
Dizzy just catching players off guard, and then they just
The
swing
Dizzy
together.
is
You
nice
see
for
these
flooding.
firefights working out so much better for them, just
I'll give
being
them that.
able to get those players in spots so quickly. So something I want to see from them. Again, Ultimate still in a very solid position, and Moj now with
Op
that
for
lockdown
Kiwi
also
going over
online. I
towards
feel like this
short.
almost becomes a
Vision
game of
blocked,
chicken at this
recon
point.
down
Who's gonna put
towards
the
long.
lockdown
Early
first,
control
and the other
again.
player can basically just use it to deny.
Yeah, there we do tend to see quite a few cancels, I suppose, cancellations of the play.
Well, yeah, especially when Hunter's Fury isn't online, it's like,
Yeah.
it's just a no-brainer.
Well, that's
Nice spot
huge
for those
info.
players in that corner. Those players are going to be forced out. There's an off train on the angle, and it'll find the kill.
That's actually
As
kind of
always,
sick, to be
FUT
honest.
coming ahead with that fight. 2 rounds on the board
That's
so
really, really
far.
cool.
Good opportunity for them to still end up on 5. And that'll be good foundations built for the further halves. Vitality about to attempt an ambitious play through this smoke by the looks of things. Maybe waiting for it to fade. And indeed they are. There's the fight on the back of it. They're not able to win it out. A smoke goes down. They're crossing in, but unaware of the angle that Moj had. He's been sprayed back through the smoke, but they still haven't spotted out Mr. Fallen. Cracks drawing their eye, allowing him to grab one. It's all he gets, but it should be enough. 1v2. Destrian backed into a corner here. They know roughly where he is. He isolates a 1v1, but now he's really putting a box. 3 bullets left. Kiwi
Okay.
only needed one of those.
Hey, that was sick over towards long.
Couple of rounds
I didn't
from
see
him as
exactly
well.
where the Dizzy
Finding
went.
those
I would
openings
love
with the
to see it,
operator.
but it was
It
really
does
cool.
just feel like in this game, if he's in the right place at the right
Kind of didn't
time,
know that you would see the
it just works
animation
out
when they're
better for them.
tucked in
Currently
here.
12 and 7 up the top of the board. Definitely had some slower starts.
Oh, he threw
but
it literally
again,
all the way
you
over
still
the
see
top.
Some of these early set plays, putting that breach and him together, giving him those opportunities to set him up. And
That's
the
a
thing with this team.
sick way of dealing
You
with
can
people
have
who
games
late,
where everybody's
like
popping,
early
everybody's
take
doing
A
well.
and then
If
cut
that
sound.
doesn't work, you set up Kiwi.
It's
You
a
give
really
him the
cool little
opportunity
play.
to sort of just fly away with the game, and we've seen that on both defensive halves where things have been a little bit rough.
Loads of
Pulling
people
out
just
the
go into
operator
these
has made all the
situations here.
Well, Kiwi has
Dizzy
7
to
deaths, a
spot,
vitality of 7 rounds.
damage to
Don't know if
force
that's a
them out,
coincidence,
opt to hit
but
the kill.
we'll see. Certainly seems to make sense to me. You take this man down, things get a whole lot easier.
Man, this is
4 ultis
this
in
is
play.
literally a repeat, isn't it?
For FUT and 3 for Vitality. In a good spot to have some chaotic rounds to close this out.
Oh,
2
this
left.
one's fast.
Play
Flash
with
recon.
reveal.
Mr. Fallon survives on 5 HP. Spam was
man.
close.
It's
Big
dangerous.
question
That
mark
wall
created
is
here.
paper thin, and I think most people don't
They
realize
got to force
that
this op
until you're
off.
caught with a play like that.
And to do that, they do the smoke that blocks double vision.
Wow.
Feels like there's a
It's gonna
little
be thrown
gap
through. Now, I
here.
expect this is going to be brought back, right? It's used almost
Yeah.
like a recon dart.
See the pings coming out. He's telling his team that he can't watch here, that they could have got out.
Well, Thrash will be back in. Again, another perfect ultimate ready for a retake if they need it. Kiwi's going to be forced off the angle by the drone. Again, it seems like a lot of this is Destrian's utility being put into play. Counter
Some good
paranoia will
util at the
force them
moment.
back, and the time now starting to tick for Vitality. 40 seconds
Yeah.
left on this clock.
The old faithful going back to
Right
C.
way back towards the C side. You can see though this
We got
time,
Killjoy to retake
waiting
this,
for
so
it
Moj isn't going to be fighting this
it
too
is a
much.
retake setup,
Turret gives
and
them
when
early
you have
info.
Thrash
30
and of
seconds
course the lockdown available. I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Fish goes in early.
Twisting onto the side. I
It
believe
hits
that
one in
blade sword
garage.
Kiwi's popped as he pushed
Sender
down.
still managed to get a kill
Mr.
because of his
Fallen
turret.
also doubles
Over
it up.
towards middle.
He's
That's
looking good
wild.
in this round. Had a few rough events, but well, able to deliver some hope for his squad. Perhaps good shot by Twist and not able to correct in time. They'll take over
Kiwi
the
has
site.
double smoke for the
Getting
spike.
closer
Needs to be
this now,
real
the
careful
op
with his smokes
train
here.
on long. And there's
There
Wingman
goes one.
already starting to diffuse out
Yeah,
the
the
open.
covers the
Flash is
wingman.
actually
Has
caught,
another
but
smoke for
they're
this.
and there's the operator
Or
swinging
just
through with the
straight up
blades after.
kill them.
Gorgeous stuff for FUT. As they're pushing up to 4.
Really
The
nicely handled from them.
7-5 still possible. And if they build those
Even with the
foundations,
turret getting
it
a kill
really
over
is
towards
anyone's
middle.
game in the second half.
Yeah, this is why I've really enjoyed FUT's defensive side.
Yeah, I liked it as well. They just take garage and then obviously the instant fish over, the instant fish over towards garage is like it's strong because they can just pick it up and use it for sight again in 10 seconds.
And so you have
So
that
it's
push
nice.
down mid, but just before he dies, his turret gets the kill onto Mr. Fowler, who was tagged earlier in the round. So it looked like there was possibilities, but 3 in a row. Vitality again starting to crumble a little bit after such a
That's what
solid
chat. I've been talking about this so much, right? The fact that when you do this shock dart lineup, you're in the open and you can get spammed. I'm loving that teams are starting to punish it. I want to see again. I want to see Oppers actually find the lineup and just one tap him instantly with a headshot. That was nice though. Good attempt. Again, everyone does their lineup from here. Same one. Everyone just copies.
delete that. I thought we were going to complete that, but it is in fact cancelled. 3-man stack up on a Killjoy.
It's become meta. It's getting punished a little bit.
In the form of Kiwi, left with the responsibility of C, and it's the double stack up on short. Like you said, Tom,
It's madness that you line up here. It's like when everyone used to do their, remember when Chamber was meta and people used to do their trips here? But you could just spam it from the beginning, but no one spammed it? It was wild. Wild time. Well, it doesn't matter about all of that because they just, again, overwhelm the site. The overwhelm of A is just way too strong. 8-4, FUT's been here before.
Normal Valorant. They had the site, they had the plan, so they stayed back. Twistin only has a W.
Yeah, he doesn't do that.
There's no retreat.
Honestly, I think if PaperX ever need a 5th, like
hit this guy up.
this is the guy to sub in.
Here he comes. Look at the timing as well. Kiwi's going to be so frustrated with that. Twistin, 3 kills in the last round of the half. 8 for Vitality, and 8-4 scoreline.
This is why a lot of teams play retake A. Yeah, it's pretty... You can get over... See this comp that Vitality using? Just the standard comp, it's just very, very strong for Overwhelm. The Omen Flash, the Breach Stun. Like, even without ults, it's just very hard to hold it. There's a couple of jet pathing diffs that you can do. So it's, yeah, especially when you got some ults to make it a little bit stronger. Like, look at it. Look at it on A site there. What can you do? Where can you actually play there and feel like you're going to confidently get kills?
They went in towards this A site, and I'm a little bit disappointed the FUT didn't manage to adapt to those players.
Yeah, I felt like they needed to actually have different, like, for sure, FUT's game plan was flooding over towards sites, and they honestly had good information that they could do that. I felt like Vitality just didn't care. They couldn't actually hold on to the sites once they had got numbers there. I kind of needed to see what I said about it in the pause, right? Taking mid-control and actually having a different reaction, so it was fast behind.
Look, 4 rounds coming into their attack side. This is where they could thrive. And they have this halftime pause.
4 might be
think
enough.
About where they want to, or how they want to pace out this half. But the reality is, we got to look at that pistol. You want to see FUT picking it up here to close the gap.
Yeah, and the other thing as well, when you look at this from Vitality's perspective, I think they've done their research coming into this map. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say, especially when you've got so much data on your opponents playing this exact composition.
And you played against them on this map already,
yeah,
so
exactly.
It's fresh in your memory.
In a fairly close game as well. I'm now want to
First time using the FUT coast not talking.
When it comes to attack
Yeah.
side Gecko, it's the supportive play around it that can end up either being fantastic or it can come back to bite you. So I want to see if there's going to be any direct counters, even just using small bits of utility. Like I think Lothar said on the desk, you've got like Killjoy utility, which can very easily get rid of that wingman and ruin any of your post-plant setups. So it's going to be interesting to see what is sort of planned here from the side of Vitality. But again, many teams have tried, many teams have failed. It is 4 wins in a row on Haven from this side.
Not having Fade or Sova. It's okay. Honestly, I think some of these, this kind of 100 Thieves comp isn't too bad. I actually kind of like it a little bit. I think it has things that it does better than the Fade. Well, definitely the Sova. I think Fade's a bit dead on this map, unless you're using a Raze to combo it. I think it's fine. Like, I think the Gecko does a lot of stuff. It's a good map for it. I don't think it's easier. It's not like a plug and play comp. You have to put a little bit more thought into it. Everyone has to understand that it's about just like late flooding with the Dizzy and everyone pushes together.
Let's see which one of these teams is going to be walking away with a smile on their face after this
Damn,
map. It's Twistin to open it up, and Mr. Fallen loses life.
100 Thieves play instead of the Breach. That's actually very true, yeah.
How many players are ready for this? Dizzy going to go through. Twister's managed to
Wait,
get
he
into
gets
the
to this
corner.
angle.
Oh, they should have heard it. Maybe they haven't, but even still, they managed to get those openers. Mozzie's just about going to manage to dodge that aftershock. And a battle going down in mid as well. We'll just fall back. They don't expect it to be this close. A chance for a double, but cracked very quick on the response. The double instead comes from Destrian. And now Moj, post-spawn, doesn't connect those initial shots. They know exactly where he is. They can start that defuse, throw through the utility, spam, connect.
He's going to get lucky with the spams.
He's just sticking it all the way.
Yeah.
That can be done by Moj.
Double pistol for Vitality.
And Vitality, they will
in terms of all the pistols.
of this map.
Yeah,
1 to
this
3.
now becomes a really tough game for FUT. You've lost that one out. Immediate question, do you go for the force buy? It's attack side. We see those rounds won.
It's a rare sight.
I mean, record rates at
It's a
this
rare
point,
sight.
It wouldn't be
It
a
really
surprise
is.
if they
Pterodon,
decide
you're
to
not
just
wrong.
go all in.
When was the last
You're
time we saw him
already
win a
5
double
rounds
pistol?
behind, a 6-round deficit, tough to come back from. At the same time, just think back to Split. That was somewhere they were able to connect an insane amount of back-to-back rounds. They can certainly feel like it's possible here taking the lower buy. And as we get back into the game, just a couple of pistols.
Rifle,
Credits
rifle,
are,
rifle.
in fact,
3 of
saved
them.
over for the next round.
Yeah, and we got
And
the
already the opening kill to
Marshall to
Vitality.
stack them.
Denied the initial rundown and already killing off Mr. Fun. I feel like this has to be a reset. The problem is FUT don't really have anything to play with here. Heading in towards that B site, cross being watched. Although there's only a player with a drone, Destrian has to be a little bit careful here.
Yeah, they took a good timing to get into sight here.
Landing at the start.
Shame about that. They
Util
get a
through
plant
for
bit of damage done, yeah.
And the kill on the spray afterwards. Perfect stuff for Malsey. So he's punished them at least for getting into the site. A lot of these players are tagged up.
Look how far back Destrian has gone.
He doesn't need to push forward, really, does he? Oh, they've lost Malsey here. The defuse is underway. They're starting to crunch in. Another kill down. Cracks
close.
on a double already, but they defused right under their nose.
Okay, well, they just kind of accepted that one, but at the same time, they also did alright damage.
Is he?
Bone Cold manages to quickly upgrade, but yeah, that one looked a little bit weird. Not gonna lie to you, I think they didn't fully think that he was convinced that they were sticking it there.
If he goes swinging out to try and kill that guy, he's dead.
Yeah.
There's 2 players mid. He is 100% dead.
You think it makes
It's an
teams
almost
better than
unwinnable
pistols?
situation. I think really good
A lot of
setup by
it
Vitality
is
to
guns
realize
that
they don't
people
need
are
to
buying,
scrap
and
on
a lot of
fallback.
pistol in my mind is
Guys
just
on the B and
overwhelm.
C side of it
Like
have
it's
got
all
this on
about
lockdown.
overwhelm and trade. Especially when people are buying ghosts, it's
Third
very
round
hard to
where we actually get the full
get
buyout.
to
FUT
if there's multiple
gonna be
numbers
working
there.
with all the weaponry.
They got to do it again. That's the thing. The streak
to
of
be.
rounds they had on the last map was
So in terms of
impressive,
pistols,
but
like I'm a big
it seems like
believer in like
Vitality
you're a
have come into
unit.
this match very,
Like I think
very
that's
well
the best
prepared.
chance that you have. Unit with frenzies,
Honest with you,
or
Tom,
at least one
the
frenzy
amount
to
of credits
run
that
and gun at the
Vitality
beginning,
have
make
kept
sure you're
over
always
here,
gonna get
playing
traded.
with 2 sheriffs.
Yeah.
This almost has to be a clean round from FUT. I
See,
don't
here
want
looks
them
pretty nice
to
at the
be
moment.
missing
It hasn't spotted Bone Cold.
2 or more
The
players.
Dizzy didn't
Oh,
spot
no.
him. It flashed the player first.
Wow, that time's
And he looks
outrageous.
away, maybe expecting a second flash to come through. Tries to dodge it, and well, eventually that ends with his demise. Kiwi again. This man on the entry
The
flag
turret
is an
was
absolute menace and
turret was garage
He's so
though.
cursed with his drones today. He's just dead.
Like I
So
know it
free.
was
They
timing.
paranoiaed him just in
I know it's
case
timing,
of
but
Bosch. We'll combine
the turret
these
was
bonus
watching
round
garage,
scenarios have
so
not gone well. They've not been kind to Vitality. And
kind of didn't need to do it unless
how
he was
much damage
expecting a
can
flash.
Twisted
But
do?
no
That's the
one
only
double.
question at the moment.
I'm almost surprised with Kiwi.
I mean, it must have
thought he'd
been like
just be
anti in
running it
terms of
down
like with their
towards their
prep,
spawn
and I
and
guess
try
they
and grab
flash
that
here,
blade
then
zone,
they
but
flash somewhere else.
Wise choice to double up on any sort of
Little bit
overaggression.
unlucky.
Maj obviously on walkabouts.
Well, also they all
It's a
have
nice
rifles.
start for
That's
FUT.
the
They
thing.
got a long
If
way
he
to
had
go
a
though.
Spectre, if he had
It's a
anything
great
even
start
yeah,
though.
I think even if he had a Bulldog,
No
he might have
damage,
gone
just the
for it, but
3,000
you
on
don't wanna
top.
give Twisted a
Got to
bad
rebuy
look.
some of
And
this.
that's it. Right
Not
now,
too much
Twisted
though.
could be sat there with a sheriff in hand. You know, it's not you know, depending on where he is. If he's on A long or something like that, you don't necessarily want to be messing around, giving him some free opportunities, and that's why. Look at that damage.
Yeah, that's too
At the end of
honest.
the day, though, I don't think it's really going to matter. These players far enough away, they won't be punished by Spike. Twisted's the one that has to do it, and he won't find the kills. Well handled, FUT. I said they needed to win this one cleanly, and they certainly did. I think that round's going to haunt Bone Cold for quite a while.
That's the thing. You look at it from this perspective, and it's
Oh
gonna look
man,
ridiculous.
yeah,
Especially because
that's
there's a turret in there.
that looks so
But I
weird from his
do
POV because you
appreciate
definitely saw him as well.
In that moment, I don't know what's going through his head, but it could be the breach flash.
I think he expected the breach flash was coming.
Yeah,
through
the
that wall,
only, yeah,
through
it's
top
literally the
corner.
only
He looks away,
explanation
the
is
flash goes through, looks
in
back, he
terms
has
of
a
they
kill.
looked at
You
their
don't
C hit
expect you to
before
just
and they probably
drive
flashed somewhere
straight in
before
and
they
kill
sight
him.
hit. Then
Especially
he saw all
after
the
Dizzy
util
flashed
and
the
then
player
expected it.
back at the site. So I think he basically thought he had them dead to rights.
Well, the Logitech G power-up round, and already Lil
It's
Bro's
the only
gone
thing that it
out
has
of
to
the
be.
round.
They looked into it, they see the
Might be
sight hit.
recovered, but Twisted looking to
Little bit
punish
unlucky.
if they do. A shot whizzes right past Mr. Fallen, but it won't land damage, and it won't get the kill. Seeing another player here. Some information to play with. I almost think Twisted, a normal player in this position, would be a bit hesitant. To
Feels
go
like a
for the
must-win for
swing
FUT.
as the timer ticks on and nobody
Feels like a
gets
must-win
scores.
to get back into this
Gives
one.
away their position. It's a little bit of a mid-push here.
And Naki
But not
Token,
too
thank you
much
so much,
going
dude, with the
on.
prime. Thank you for that.
This is where I
5
expect
months in the
repeats
slot
to
club.
come
Appreciate
through.
all your
Yeah,
support.
the patience of Twisted is admirable.
Yeah, they have got
Thank
so
you very
many
much,
players
dude.
here. Dash going to be sent through. I assume they're just going to shoot this out, or you'd hope so at least. Already managing to get through. Twistin still just hiding within the smoke. His primary weapon, the shorty, and
okay, they cancel the site here. They realize there's too many of them, as we can see. They called it pretty right.
Keeping those 4 players within the site.
They insta go up towards B. Breach is still here on the defense. Molesy still has his damage, so they can just stop them from getting the plant. That's a bit of an overpeak.
Well handled again. FUT in a good position. The util's going to be dangerous. The stun going down. The sprays following.
Cracks, tanks, some of the damage, but
when it comes to the retake itself, but Vitality needs something to spur them forward. At the moment, they have every position out of their... Oh, hold on. Smoke on the backside. That's something to play with at least, but hold on, they lose every single fight.
damn, this one crumbled so fast. Oh my goodness. And they are going to hunt this for sure. That's a massive win. Does Kiwi want the attack off? I think he asked his IGL there as well. Can I off?
Yeah, big round from them. Quick adaptation as well. I think maybe spotting a couple of players when they sent in the Thrash, and that was enough to just deter them. I can always respect the team that in that moment goes, okay, that, like, we don't just want to run into.
Yeah, that really all.
We know
that came crumbling down for sure.
Like, let's not take that risk and just head back in the other direction. And
I like that as well. Just heavy fighting over towards site.
Just playing deeper into the site as well. Maybe not wanting players to get
Eco coming in. The op that we said is here, and they want to go fast over towards middle.
Their duelist top of the board. Kiwi has just been phenomenal so far today, and Twistin
Damn.
already dead.
In window, they're in window already. Fast push up middle, but it's caught. They're quite aware here on the FUT side of what's going down, where these players are trying to regain the advantages lost with the weaponry they've brought in. I do like the idea of pushing mid, but this hasn't worked out categorically. There's one kill and a rifle to be retrieved, but the site has been lost. The plant is in. And the retake looking incredibly difficult with one rifle to work with. That's on Destrian, and it's no longer on Destrian.
No, Kiwi making sure that...
Isn't it crazy that FUT plays 4 days in a row if they win this series? Yeah, but it's also that's what happens at tournaments. So I kind of like that it happens, to be honest with you. Because I would hate to see a team that goes through a tournament and they've had a week prep for every single game, and then they go to the actual tournament and it's literally just wow, this is completely different. We're used to a week of prep for every single team. So yeah, I like it.
Great round from him, clean round from them, and that's the thing. So many teams have really struggled facing off against the Pistols of Vitality.
That was nicely done from Mr. Fallon as well. Those looked at Twistin being one away. Didn't even have to ping as well. Just knew where the lineup was.
This is a squad on FUT that have practically unlimited money. There are, Kiwi's got an op, everyone's full bot, they've got the utility, they've got shields, they've got the rifles. Kiwi's got 9k with his op, Ada Captain has 8.5k.
Giants, yeah, mate, Giants have a chance for sure.
The others floating around the 5k mark.
Yeah, it's
there are
dream scenario.
Plenty of credit.
How'd you prep when you have 1 day? I mean, it's a similar process, it's just the fact it's like 5 times less, to be honest. Like 5 times less, maybe it's not as refined. You're not going to have as much stuff on maps. Maybe you're not going to be as convinced and have as many tells because you don't have as much time to look into it. Maybe you just focus on your own stuff. Like there's different, those are different approaches. I changed my t-shirt. No, I've been wearing the same t-shirt. Maybe the latter for you, Yinsu. What's going on?
In the early stages of this half, and he is proven to be a real, wow, problem for Twister.
Having a good day. Having a good day in your on your day off.
Fight the cloud burst. I think he was aiming for. Gonna look to hold down control.
All right.
So I think they're wanting to
we get another buy round. Another buy
round.
round. Money's pretty low.
The way they do that by looking elsewhere, short is going to be smoked off here. What's the idea and the intention? I think maybe reading off the early smoke that came down.
First day off in 8 days, mate. You got to do it in style. I respect it.
They've gotten a lot of control, and that's not true. It's actually just mind games being played.
Yeah,
Posters, birthday parties are different. Yeah, that's true. We're getting an insight into what goes down over there.
Maybe hoping that he would fire off an op shot and give the game away.
Mate, I really want to chat. You know when Crashies did this insta ult again when he saw people here? Or was it a lock-in? Man, I missed that. I thought it was so good. I would love to see it again. I've never seen it since.
A couple of players deep. Shock dart not going to connect onto anything, but it is pulling those rotations over.
Where he was just jiggle peeking this, and then he just ulted. Like the lineup's just incredible.
Are now just edging their way towards this A side, which as of right now is completely clear.
30 seconds left.
It's not like they have the retake.
Massive kill, and that's the omen. That's your smokes for your retake, and they were playing retake. Yeah, and they kind of realized just how bad it is. They know they have to get the kill over towards middle. They know that they have to create pressure behind, so send it to swings, because you're not going to win this retake with no smokes. So he has to take the duel, and yeah, Mosh just owned him.
Not even a stun, actually.
And they gotta go save, and it kind of, we don't even really need to speak about money anymore, because I'm seeing people on 9,000. Actual 9,000.
You lose the round.
But the other thing as well is this round was solely won off a lurk from Moj. Like, you didn't even have any contact on the A side. None. Literally, they walk into a free A side because Moj kills a player in mid, swivels expecting re-aggression out from Garage and gets that kill as well. Like, the power of his lurks at the moment are just causing issues for Vitality.
I mean, yeah, Moj solo won it.
They can play a retake if they kill this man
Moj solo won the rounds, and they can just hunt. Everyone can hunt. All of you can get involved.
The stun was there to catch him. He's dodged it. He's coming around. Good damage.
Yeah.
But no follow-up.
Make him buy another armor.
So it's not going to be as costly as it could have been. FUT 2 behind. And I think Vitality are going to start to get a little bit of
they've got to be
PTSD from the last game, man.
No, that's the thing. Like, losing a game is one thing. Losing a game that qualifies you to Tokyo is another thing. And losing a game that qualifies you to Tokyo where you were in the lead twice
in both
by a significant margin, that's got to kill you. And also on maps that you are confident on.
Yeah, this is,
Vitality
it's getting,
feeling the pressure right now.
It's getting scary.
This might be the man that they need
Recon goes in over towards A, it's in the corner, no one shoots it. They get A main control for free. Wow. Mr. Fallon instantly shot the drone, and he got no information through this.
1:15 on the clock. Decision seems to be the C side.
He kind of had vision the whole time, potentially.
Wave of players coming their way.
It's really bold from Twiston. I like the mix-up, though.
Why would he do that? Well,
I like the mix-up from the bottom.
You don't expect him. Twiston, just a madman, and he's got the results.
Shown at the top, peaks at the bottom. We'll let Moj off. He had a good round last round. We'll let him off for that chat. No one give him anything. It's fine.
Wingman through, used as bait, but the trade is instantaneous. Twiston doesn't
connect
the shot, and the paranoia won't do anything either. Time starting to tick down, and had a captain leading that charge, but he's gone to a much better looking round for Vitality. Are going to take things up to 11.
Much better from them.
It's Twiston that does the
felt like they pushed them off over towards A, and honestly, looking at the minimap, even I felt like they had done enough to push them back over towards A and stack 2 here, so I can't be too angry at them. I like, again, I like how Twiston did this, showed at the top at the beginning, then insta-peeked at the bottom. A little bit bold, but again, it's, he's a confidence player. It's could snowball him a little bit.
Getting out of there as quick as you can. Some utilities going down to cover it, or you're jumping up top to take an off angle of a swing. Make him flick instead of just click. The reality is,
this one's important. 1-9 loss bonus after this. The good news is that they have a lot of money because loads of people survived on this.
He did, of course, because that's how he rolls. Early aggression, but it's not finding much.
Yeah, stun combo attempted. Maybe expecting a little bit of a further push. Is he going to confirm that nobody's fighting for that long control? It's a very passive stance, but with lockdown available, actually Rolling Thunder only one orb away. Vitality are probably quite happy to play the retake.
Killjoy
Malsey's been one away for a little bit
for the retake, but Killjoy for the insta cancel. On the attack as well, if they wanted to break it, they have some util.
Because the turret's been there like every round. I think that's information they had to deny. And with that destroyed, it's going to be in the back of
They get the plant over towards Ada Captain. He has this as well. The Killjoy ult's going to go down. Whoa. Oh, there's that. Yeah. That's the ult they were ready for. And I like this as well. They decide to ult into heaven just in case they had some damage for this, but they don't really realize they killed the breach, but it's fine. We'll let them off. The plan was there originally. Oh my god, he ate that flash.
And the fact is, I think you're going to see a lot of players actually get detained.
Wait, all 3 of them are still detained. Everyone else is detained at the moment.
Trying to find those remaining players who are still detained on the site, but they haven't caught anything yet. The flank also coming through from Mr. Fallen, spraying away.
Oh my god, what the hell is this round?
favor.
Is there time?
They're going to have themselves this defuse. It's going to be incredibly close in the end.
Oof.
But Vitality just about managing to get it over the line.
Impressive stuff there.
Wild round. Wild round. Maybe they should have hunted a little bit more when they killed the 2 when there were 3 detained. I think they were just a bit scared of money. Sorry, I think they were a bit scared of the time and then having the guns back out.
3 players ended up getting detained. Cracks. They're trying to basically
all 3 that got detained didn't.
He kills 2 players who I don't think are detained.
Yeah.
And then the other players are just sat on site, hoping that no one peeks. If Mr. Fallen peeks there, he gets the kills, but he's playing the time. Yeah. He's like, I'm a surprise factor.
Yeah, the call came in to play the time.
It is such a risk from either side in those moments, and Vitality are the ones that come out on top. That is a truly ludicrous round, and honestly, I don't like putting the pressure on the desk, but I would love to see that one broken down.
I think one of the points that I saw as that was unfolding is like, if you're in Mr. Fallen's position, sure.
A lot of whiffage, yeah, it's you get nervous at these. You even saw it from C9 yesterday, right? You could tell that they were nervous.
Remember, there was a smoke down. So if they're behind that smoke, you go running in.
I'm telling you, playoffs is a different beast. You're seeing the teams without like big LAN experience. You're seeing some of the difference sometimes. The good thing, like the big bonus that EG had was they already felt like they had lost, right? They felt like they were lost. They were looking at last chance qualifying. So they had already accepted and dealt with the loss fully and just knowing like that's the outcome. So they had already come to terms with it. And then they got the second chance. And it was just that can be big, the mental game. And then you can just play your own game. You don't care about losing really, because you think it's already kind of happened.
A straight spray through the smoke.
Second chance. Big. I gave 4 chances going into this one. Speaking of chances, and Kiwi goes down at the beginning. Absolute nightmare. They got Fish ult, we got Breach ult. With those ults, they decide to leave A. It's another retake. They have Mosey's ult for the retake. Really good. So they get early information. Do they still want to retake, or are they going to try and fight a bit?
Even if they lose the site, they can get right back in.
Thrash on the other side.
Yeah,
straight away you're going to see just duck out of that one. Get away from it. It's going to be picked back up, and especially in a retake scenario,
Breach ult.
this could deny so much space. They know that that's likely to be utilized.
Breach ult for the Breach ult.
About the timing. Straight away, rolling thunder.
That's the Breach ult. Where's the other Breach ult? There it is. They flooded a little bit early and beat some of it.
But the trade's almost immediate.
Oh, a nano swarm kill as well. They were really keen to get back in there. They've already dealt with Thrash, at least. Not going to be a big problem for them, but what might be this utility still left online, covering the left side, flash through. They're not going to use it.
Oma Flash is incredible.
No diffuse still. The sprays are going to be needed here.
He felt like he hit all of them and went for a bit of a play on top of that. Spike is half.
It's halfway. They'll bait them out into the fight. Look to kill them after, but every fight goes.
Damn, this one was close. Bit of a win, an extra win on top of that as well as the fact that they got Bone Cold's ult out of, sorry, Mosey's ult out of this.
Getting so close in the end, down to that 2v2.
Bone Cold nearly made an incredible play, by the way. The Omen Flash he did hit 2. It so nearly hit the 3rd, and then he went for the TP up, thinking that it hit them all.
After what was such a ludicrous start.
Yeah, that molly was nice to stop them from flooding in.
Just a decent afterplant in the end. 12-9, still that advantage sits with Vitality, but we've seen it many a time, even just in this series alone. FUT
3 of them.
Never out, never done until it's over.
Looking for the recon, and they still get hit. Yeah, the
the
stun came in. Stun came in, stopped them from getting the recon. A little bit of information on that.
Certainly a contentious point of the map over here on A. This control being sought after round, Vitality.
Okay, good information, but you pretty much know once you see this alarm bot, you pretty much know that the op's going to be here.
And I think the key thing being that Malsey still with 2 flashes, still with an aftershock, he can disrupt the rhythm of FUT when they move to this site. They're waiting for fault line back online.
3 people on site. This didn't work for FUT. Does it work for Vitality?
Looking to lead the charge again. No one else you want, but he's caught pulling out the blades. That's a problem. Malsey stepping up. Sender there as well.
Damn, Malsey got 3.
Kill that might have just ended this one. The only man standing though, Mr. Fallen, and look how far away the remaining player is. It doesn't matter.
Mosey was huge on that. Managed to get 3 of them. Okay, they managed to hold the actual A site. And we are going to Lotus. It's all on the last map.